Straight, we'll just go straight to questions. First question is from Mateus Ornelas. Go ahead, Mateus.
Walker, first of all, congratulations for going for the NFL draft.
Mhm.
A lot of scouts say about your ability on play on the left tackle, the phenomenal work you've made in Stanford. But we know that in the NFL, on the next level, you might have to adjust. Playing the right tackle or maybe be moved for a guard is a problem. Is something that is already on your mind. How do you see that possibility?
Yeah, I mean, it's no problem at all. It's definitely something I've already thought about. I mean, I've been training both right and left tackle, and then working, a little bit of guard the past few months. Knowing, coaches would want to see anything, and being able to show that I can, be a versatile player. I'm not set on one position. I'm an offensive lineman. I'm a, step in wherever needed. I think I'm the best tackle in this draft, but I'll do whatever what team needs me to do. And I'm just there to compete and help a team win a championship.
And going for the draft, you think that your game could be better in some level, maybe on the running game or something that you can improve and you could show on the pro day or show for the scouts that you're better that you have on tape?
Yeah, I mean, I think the objective of the pro day is really to show you're a complete player in front of these coaches, show athleticism, show quickness, but we were able to do some run game drills, some pass protection drills, and showing you can do it all, and you have strengths in all your game, and that you can fit into any scheme that you want. So that was really my objective there, and I thought I was able to kind of do that today.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next question is from Jacob Infante. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey Walker, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. I mean, at the collegiate level, you had a very illustrious career at Stanford, but you did have the injury in 2019 and you opted out of 2020. So just in between that period, what have you been doing to kind of work on your game to kind of add to your strengths and kind of fine tune some deficiencies in your game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I was been obviously training a lot, trying to get stronger and quicker. And that's, been a big part of it. But on the football specific side, I've had a chance to work with, two coaches in particular, Paul Alexander and Duke Manyweather. And both of them have really helped fine tune my game, both in the run game and pass game, working on hands, working on always having a good base, and just working on, being able to adjust against different pass rushers, just trying to kind of take the game to the next level. Be ready for any of these elite pass rushers I'm going to have to be going against fairly soon. To give myself an opportunity to step into the NFL and play right away and play well against these elite pass rushers.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, next question is from Josh DeBoe. Go ahead, Josh.
Walker, just following up on the work you've done with Paul and Duke. What specific things have they worked on with you, and can that sort of work be even more beneficial than playing? Are there things that you're able to do with them that you think will prepare you better than would have been by playing this past year?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no replication to playing. Obviously, I'd love to play anytime I can, but in terms of what we did, it was a lot of looking towards a lot of NFL pass rushers, working on kind of specifics, get ready for the NFL. So in that way, it was very beneficial to kind of change that mindset and look forward to the NFL, sooner than maybe some of the guys who were playing this season. And so in that way, it was a little beneficial.
All right, next question is from Tyler Jeffries. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, Walker, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Tyler Jeffries with Overtime Fantasy. This draft class for offensive tackles is very deep. It's one of the deepest we've seen in a while. With you being one of the ones that are at the top, what is the one thing that separates you from all the other offensive tackles?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing is size. I think I'm probably one of the bigger offensive tackles in this draft. I think, and then pairing that with some really good athleticism, really good feet, is a combination that I don't know, any other offensive lineman really have in this draft. And then I think I've, shown a lot of ability to have good hands, both in the run game and the pass game. And that's something that becomes ever more important at this next level with, the freaks you have to go against day in and day out.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to see where you go next.
Thank you, Tyler.
All right, next question is from Dave Burkett from Detroit. Go ahead, Dave.
Just want to follow up on the, sort of last 2 years, I guess, opt out and playing the one game or whatever it was in 2019. How do you quantify how much better you are? What do scouts or teams want to know about, how much you've grown from 2018 to now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously one thing I want to see is just physical growth. Seeing that, I am bigger, I am stronger, I am faster than the last time they saw me. I haven't just been, sitting around and things like that. And then obviously today in the O-line work, they want to, make sure that, I'm, in football shape, that, I'm still coming off the ball quickly, that, I'm the same player and, same player in the areas they want me to be and better in other areas. And hopefully, better all around is what I think I am. I think I'm a much better player than the last time these guys saw me, and I really try to show that today. And I think I'm in a lot better shape. I feel like I know the game a lot better than I ever have, and I'm more prepared than I've ever been to get back into it, start playing again, and get to the NFL and start playing against some really good competition.
You had a pretty good season, obviously, 2018, and that's what scouts will go back and look. So when you watch the film of yourself from that season, what do you think, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird watching, film from so far back because, you're watching games from 2 years back and you're like, oh man, yeah, and kind of, replaying those games from a while back. But I've definitely, saw areas of improvement and have worked on those things, just trying to be better with the hands, be quicker with my feet, staying with good leverage, and just try to, nitpick every single game that I played in that year, than that one game in 2019. That's, what I've been working on over the past, months and years, to get better at and prepare myself for this next step.
Last thing, do you think you're a, hidden gem of sorts, I guess, because you've kind of been off the radar the last 2 years, for some of these, maybe not teams, but
because of the circumstances. But again, like I've said earlier, I think I'm the best tackle in this draft, and I think I can help any team take that next step to be a championship team and help protect the passer and open holes in the run game. So yeah, and media and whoever else is going to call me whatever they want, but for me, I just see myself as the best tackle. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next question is from Adam Mack. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Walker, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Adam. How are you?
Good. Adam Mack from All About the Birds. Have you been in contact with the Eagles, and what would it mean to have the opportunity to, kind of learn the game under veterans like Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson?
Yeah, so I talked to an Eagle scout very early on. I haven't had any contact with the Eagles later on, and to answer the second part, being able to learn from veteran guys like Lane Johnson, like Jason Kelsey, and that offensive line has been really good for a really long time. So having an opportunity to learn from some of the great players of the game right now, it's just kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity, and an opportunity that I wouldn't take for granted, and something that I know would allow me to become a better player, allow me to take even another step forward to being ultimately the best player I can be.
All right, next question is from Shrey. Go ahead, Shrey.
Hi, Walker. This is Shrey from Back Sports page. Thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get a little insight on what you believe NFL coaches will see out of you on a day-to-day basis as a player and a person.
Yeah. I think they're going to see someone who's an extremely hard worker, an accountable person who's going to, show up on time, be the first one in, last one out, be a student of the game, and as a person, someone who's there, accountable for their teammates, someone who can be a great leader in the locker room, and be a great player for many years, and help the organization ultimately, win championships.
Thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the draft process.
Thank you, Shrey.
Okay, we'll have two more questions. The next question will be from Mateus. Go ahead, Mateus.
Walker, Mateus again. One last question. You talk about the conversations that you have, the Eagles, and we talk about don't have so much tape on the past 2 years. How is important, like, be talking with these teams and talk with like a lot of guys on the NFL, and if you can talk, like, which teams you have more contact and maybe look more interesting in picking you in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, which team is more interested or not at this point. I've had conversations with many teams, both through Zoom calls and phone calls. So it's hard to really, put a leader in terms of interest. But a lot of those conversations, really help show, smarts of the game, knowledge of the game, ability to kind of pick up their system and explain what we did here at Stanford. And that was a huge reason why, I came to Stanford, was to be able to learn from, pro style offense. And be, have an opportunity to make this transition easier. And that's really something that I'm able to show in the meetings, which is, a huge benefit to me.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Last question is from Jacob Infante. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Walker, just a quick follow-up. I wanted to ask, obviously playing in the Pac-12, you've had a chance to go up against a lot of talented players. If one player comes to mind, who would you say is the toughest defender you've had to block at the collegiate level?
Yeah, I mean, we've had to go against a lot of good guys, both in the Pac-12 and some of our out-of-conference games. The one that comes to mind that was my sophomore year was Bradley Anai, Utah defensive end. He was a really good player, and that's the first guy that comes to my mind right now.
Awesome. And just one quick follow-up out of curiosity. The Bears are among teams who are looking for offensive linemen, and you being one of the top offensive tackles in the class, I'm just wondering if you've had any opportunity to get in contact with them.
Yeah, I haven't yet, but I am talking to them on Saturday. So that'll be my first call with them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Walker, I think that's it. So thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it. And we will have David Shaw on next.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for y'all's time.